SLEvA seminar. The topic is Empowering Through Education, Asia Pacific M&E Curriculum Launch. A very important step with respect to integrating M&E agenda with mainstream academia. I welcome you all. I request you to please switch off your or rather put your audio in mute and stop your video so that we have a better quality of presentations when the people make presentation. Also, if you have any questions or any concern, you can put it in the chat box and we will certainly address them. Very briefly, I'll just introduce first the agenda before I come to Dr. Asela for opening remark. So after opening remark, we will have a 3 presentation, 30 minutes for total, 10 minutes each. And those presentation will be followed by question and answers. If you have any question, you please write down in the chat box. Let me invite Dr. Asela Kaludampitiya, who for an opening remark, who is the president of Sri Lanka Evaluation Association and Asia Pacific Evaluation Association. He's a member of the advisory committee of EBDIT. He has tons of experience in terms of promoting M&E in various international forums, in UN agencies and otherwise. One of the notable contributions that he has made is about bringing a global parliamentarian forums into the debates of M&E, and they're very active. Thank you, Asela, for your contribution. I invite you for the opening remark.
Thank you, Professor Shyam, and good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone, wherever you are from. And this is a great opportunity for me also to address this webinar, 46th webinar organized by Asia Pacific Evaluation Association, Sri Lanka Evaluation Association, Center for Evaluation, University of Sri Jayawardhanapura, Evaluate Sri Lanka, and Consortium of Academic Institutions offering M&E courses. Because this is not just merely a webinar, this is a milestone in the region, in Asia Pacific region. We are launching the M&E curriculum for academic courses. I remember that when this curriculum was shared on social media and other means with different audience, there were very interesting and encouraging responses from them. Why? This curriculum is not only useful for the Asia Pacific region, this is useful for all the regions, because this is what lacking. We are talking about professionalization of evaluation, and for professionalization, academic courses are needed. And many countries, academic courses are not existing. So they really need academic courses. Why academic courses are not there? One reason is there is no curriculum available, or there's no expertise to develop curriculum. Of course, there are other reasons, faculty, teaching faculty, and some other challenges. But at the same time, our next step can be to mobilize more teaching faculty for monitoring and evaluation courses. But this is the first step, a milestone, that we launch monitoring and evaluation curriculum in the region, which can be used by any region or adapt to their regional context. But we have taken that step. So with that note, I think we are launching that curriculum in this webinar, and we have great speakers lined up for today's webinar. I must thank the team behind this, including the consortium members, and team behind this developed the curriculum for, I think, over a year. Hard efforts, hard work came into this reality with this curriculum, a great resource. And also I must thank especially Professor Shyam leading this process through the consortium and leading the team as well. I must also thank our secretariat team, Randika, Madhuka, and other team members who worked hard to get this resource out. So with that note, let me conclude my opening remarks and let you all to discuss content and importance of this curriculum, and all the best for the webinar, and all the best for use of this curriculum for professionalization of evaluation community in our region and beyond. Thank you, and over to you, Professor.
Thank you, SLEvA, for introduction and also letting the audience know what is the process behind this very important document that we have compiled. Let me go through the speakers. Let me introduce esteemed speakers for today's webinar. We have 3 speakers. Professor Kiko Nishino, she's the Vice President of Asia Pacific Evaluation Association. She's also the board member of Japan Evaluation Society. She's a professor at the School of Policy Studies, Kwansei Goikin University, Japan. The next speaker is Dr. Takaki Miyaguchi, who's a member of Japan Evaluation Society. He's associate professor at Kyoto University of Foreign Studies in Japan. He worked with UNDP and UN agencies for about a decade, has been working on issues related to climate change mitigation and adoption. Our third speaker is Mr. N.B. Raika, who is the member of Evaluation Association of Bhutan. He is also associated with the Department of Adults and Higher Education, Ministry of Education, Royal Government of Bhutan. He is the Chief Program Officer of the Quality Assurance and Accreditation Division. Thank you very much for accepting our request and to be here to deliver your session, your presentation. Let me invite Professor Kiko Nishino.
Thank you, Professor Sham, for introduction, and thank you and good morning to you all. I am Professor Keiko Nishino, speaking from Kobe, Japan. And so my task is to share the rationale for curriculum development, which the Dr. Asela has almost covered all the points. However, let me just add some of the points for rationale. Next slide, please. Okay, so as you all know that the APEA has developed with the association with many developing partners, the regional evaluation strategy in 2020. Then among the strategy, the development partnership for evaluation capacity is one of the 8 themes for this, of the Asia Pacific Regional Evaluation Strategy. So in order to pursue this strategy, the capacity development for evaluation and M&E training is very crucial. And then the survey was conducted with the 41 institutions. This survey was conducted mainly by Dr. Sham, Professor Sham, and then Professor Lashimi, and the Professor Landika, and the Dr. Sella, and then Hasiti, and mainly those people has conducted the survey, and then the 41 institutions responded. And among the institutions, 84% did not offer any academic training on M&E, and 66% expressed willingness to initiate a course on M&E. Therefore, and in addition, then among the willing organizations expressed their wish to adopt the standardized contents on M&E that are essential to provide a comprehensive view of the subject. So we found out that many institutions did not offer any academic training on M&E, but they are willing to initiate the course on M&E. But for that, they really needed a curriculum. Therefore, we decided to develop standard curriculum so that to be adapted in the future, but can be accepted. And so then, can be a basis for any organizations and institutions and universities to accept and modify and develop for the future M&E courses. Therefore, we have developed the curriculum for academic courses. This is the rationale for developing the curriculum. And next slide, please. So for your information, those are the bases. The first one is professionalizing of the evaluation, competency framework for evaluators. This is the one developed by APEA and then UNFPA. And then the center is the survey report, which I have just mentioned, that the needs assessment for academic courses in M1E. So based on this survey, we decided to develop the right-hand side of the curriculum. So the enhancing monitoring, evaluation, and monitoring education in Asia Pacific curriculum for academic courses. So we are very pleased to introduce this curriculum today, and then so that the many organizations, institutions in Asia Pacific region can adapt and then introduce the M&E courses in their own country and region. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Professor Kiko. Let me invite the second speaker, Dr. Takaki Miyaguchi. Dr. Taka, floor is yours.
Yes, so let me share my screen. And, okay, screen is shown correctly. Can you see it?
We can see, yes.
Okay, all right. Thanks so much, and thank you for the kind introduction. My name is Miyaguchi, and I teach at Kyoto University of Foreign Studies. But I had this fortune or opportunity to be working with APEA members, especially those members who have collaborated closely to establish this curriculum and also the course itself. What I would like to do is to give you some of the theoretical perspective or the kind of a theoretical rationale, so to say, why this curriculum was developed to begin with, for which purpose, coming from a theoretical perspective. First, what I had done, actually, what I took liberty on, I have to say, is to come up with categories. As you saw, we do have many modules that are developed, covering from module 1 to 11D. But just so that we can have a clearer picture, I came up with informally these 5 categories, as you can see in a bold fonts. And the first is foundational concepts, and second is planning and design. Third is methodological approaches, and fourth, reporting ethics and management, and finally, specialized evaluation contexts. The reason why I categorize these things is that so that the audience, you can actually have a broader perspective about this curriculum. What I mean by that is that, for example, these module 1, 2, 3, they consist and they touch upon the foundational concepts about evaluation, and symbolize as more like a root, so to say, of a tree. And thereby we have planning and design as an important trunk, so to say. And together with the methodological approaches and reporting ethics and management can function as more of a overall important aspects that really hinges upon the essence of this evaluation practice and study. And finally, we have the specialized evaluation context functioning more like a leaf, so to say, spreading out from this tree so that we can actually cover a wide variety of topics, if not all. So that's my intention, and I will go over each category. And since time is limited, I may not be able to go over everything, but I would like to reiterate the importance of each category. Before going to category, though, the three common points or essence and implications of this entire curriculum is that the first is that the foundational knowledge. What it is that these modules developed, we hope that it equips participants with the fundamental theories and principles upon which any evaluation, study, or practice can be tried. Second, as you saw from the categories that I came up with, the entire curriculum is with a structure. And with this structure, it provides methodology for planning and conducting evaluations, from understanding the problem to tracking the performance, so wide variety. Third is versatility. that we hope that this curriculum can be used in a diverse evaluation settings, from, for example, international development projects to assessing some kind of organizational effectiveness, etc. Right. So let me go into the category 1, which covers module 1, 2, 3, and this is about the foundational concepts in evaluation. This category, these modules, they offer a coherent framework about how evaluation should be planned, executed, and interpreted. Because without this, practitioners and also academicians in evaluation will lack the critical lens that's needed to navigate the complexities of evaluation scenarios and challenges that we face in the 21st century, especially. And it is these theoretical aspects that we hope that can provide rigorous, impactful, and socially responsible evaluations. So, and these references that you see on the right are the excerpts. So not the comprehensive list of references that are going to be used in each module, but I am highlighting some of them so to illustrate the importance of these works. And again, my intention is not to read out all the text, but you can actually do that in Aftermath, but just to pick, for example, several works. That's what's shown here. For example, Rossi, this work serves as a comprehensive guide, offering a systematic approach to evaluation. It covers virtually everything. As for those who have read it, I'm sure you understand that, but it covers a wide range of things coming from data collection, ethical issues, and the qualitative and quantitative methods, etc. So all these issues are neatly covered in this textbook. So we have chosen this work. And the next one is EFAT work. This is about how to adapt general evaluation principles to specific context, the conversion of it. And the third is Funnel and Rogers. This is another classic evaluation text, but this work provides invaluable insights into the planning phase of evaluations. This book lays out the importance of theories of change and logic models, and all these explanations are done very professionally. And going into category 2, we have the planning and design in evaluation, which covers the module 4 and 5. This serves as a blueprint for any evaluation projects. It involves identifying what needs to be evaluated, how the evaluation will be conducted, and how its findings will be used. So therefore, it's very, very critical. This phase is crucial because a well-designed evaluation is not only more efficient, but also more likely to produce results that are both reliable and actionable. Some of the work I selected that's adopted in the module is, for example, this one, Bakewell and Adams and Pratt. And this guide offers a practical approach to monitoring and evaluation. This is it provides a clear process that can be easily followed and adopted. And above all, this is actually a hands-on approach. It provides a hands-on approach to planning and design. And I'm going to go over to the next category. Category 3 is about methodological approach. And it is here that the evaluator selects the methods and techniques that will be used to collect and analyze data. The choice of methodology has a direct impact, as you can imagine, on the reliability and validity of the evaluation results. Therefore, a deep understanding of various evaluation methods, such as quantitative and qualitative, and not to forget the mixed methods. We actually had a discussion whether to include a separate module called mixed methods, but we have come up with a conclusion that we never conduct any evaluation solely based on one method, qualitative or quantitative. I think we now have a very active audience coming from outside. Okay, so thank you. All right. So hardly ever do we actually conduct evaluations based on one method, for example, quantitative or qualitative. So when you take the module on qualitative, then it for sure it will touch upon mixed methods. So both modules will be touching upon the mixed methods. Good. Okay. So all right. Okay. I hope you can hear my voice despite the noise background. But anyhow, some of the work that I would like to highlight is Bamberg and Segone. This work very much focuses on equity in evaluation. And next reference, Agresti and Finlay, for example, this is a comprehensive guide to statistical method. So it is more on a qualitative method. And finally, the Henrik, Hutter, and Bailey, they talk much about the qualitative methods, for example, covering interviews and how to conduct a focus group, etc. Category 4 is about reporting ethics and management, covering the module 8, 9, 10. And this is very much the center on which the entire evaluation process balances itself. Effective management ensures that the evaluation stays on course, adhering to its objectives, timelines, and ethical guidelines. And I'd like to go over to the selected reference. This is a reference from UNEG, UN Evaluation Group, and this work lays out the best practice for ensuring that evaluations are not just executed correctly, but also that their findings are effectively communicated and acted upon. So this work we particularly liked it, so we have included that. And finally, this is a category 5, which is about the specialized evaluation contexts. And again, this curriculum is not let's say, it doesn't cover everything, we have to say. So these are done kind of arbitrarily, but these context-specific modules are the ones that we felt are very important, relevant, especially in a emerging evaluation challenges and context. So this is a tailored very much of the evaluation approaches. These are the tailored evaluation approaches. For example, development cooperation, gender responsive projects, humanitarian action, and environment and development intersection, so-called nexus. And therefore, for example, because there are so many contextual sectors or themes in evaluation, one-size-fits-all approach to evaluation is neither feasible nor desirable. Context-specific methodologies and frameworks are very much essential. And some of the works that we are citing and using are these. The work by OECD, it is about development cooperation, and the work by ALNAP, which stands for Active Learning Network for Accountability and Performance in Humanitarian Action. And it is the reference on the humanitarian action sector. And Boyle and Kay, this is great for understanding the interconnectedness of environmental and developmental issues, so-called ecosystem approach, coming from a complexity theories. Anyhow, this is my final slide, and we would like to iterate or emphasize the fact that this curriculum is designed to evolve, incorporating newer theories and frameworks. So this curriculum is not presented as a set in stone or finalized and not going to evolve, but this curriculum is designed to evolve, and we are very excited to be working with you to further customize or further apply, implement these things in each context or with the partner institutions. Thank you so much, and that's what I had to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Miyaguchi. Thank you so much. I think you have given a very detailed account of the curriculum, and mostly, your explanation about the material that is used to come up with this curriculum is very helpful, and I'm sure the participants can pick those material and can actually look into it. So thank you very much for your presentation. Let me invite the next presenter, Mr. N.B. Raika. Mr. Raika.
Okay, good morning. I hope you can hear me. Good morning, good afternoon, and maybe good evening to all the participants here. In addition to the introduction provided by the moderator, currently I'm serving as the specialist for Higher Education Quality Council under the Bhutan Qualifications and Professional Certification Authority in Bhutan. I had a problem with the. Okay, now it is there. So in my presentation, I have got mainly about the practical perspective of the curriculum on APQA curriculum. And this has got, okay, next slide. This has got 4 areas to be covered. First one is on the design. Second one is on the elements of practice. Third one on the flexibility, and the last one on the application of the module. So here we have got the design, which covers all the domains of APEA competency framework, and in the practice elements is built on the active learning, which covers all everything about the practical oriented, learner-centered, all those things. Then on the flexibility, we have got the different levels of curriculum which can be used at different by different institutions on their own, and the last one on the inclusion of the evaluation application module, as I said earlier. Next one. Next slide. Okay, sorry about that one. Here under the design, what we have got as I said earlier, it is the curriculum which covers all the domains of the competency framework that we consider important. And these competency frameworks talk about the details of the knowledge, skills, attributes, and behavior of evaluators for the quality evaluation. And last one, it is also about the training, which should ensure that learners become continuously interested in exploring further from what they have learned in the curriculum. Next, next slide. Okay, so here we talk about the, when you talk about the competency framework, we talk about various things like professional and personal development, professional practice, technical competencies, and so on. So under different areas, we talk about personal and professional development domain. For example, we talk about lifelong learning. And when you talk about lifelong learning, it is enhancing the competency and engaging them throughout their life and making them interested to learn more about their own career planning and developing the skills for their own use. Under the interpersonal competency domain, we have got something called something on building the collaboration and creating strong partnership synergy, because here we can talk about communication skill, interpersonal skill, and so on. And under the program management domain, we have got the we have got the strong thing on the continuous improvement skills that we always aspire to do. And on the professional practice domain, we have got something on the knowledge-based evaluation that we practice on a daily basis. So next one. Next slide. Okay, on the third element that we have got is on the practice-based elements, which are mainly based on this active learner participation, real-world evaluation, producing original content, and so on. So for this, we have got the assessment, which will keep the learners continuously engaged, gaining in the capacity related technical subjects. And when you talk about the technical subjects, it covers things like creating the tools for evaluation, generating the report, and recommendation. All those things come under this one. And we also have this non-technical subjects like interpersonal competencies, where we develop the skills of communication, like verbal communication, and facilitating all different types of communications. And for the next one, we have got lacking ability to respond to the applied research design with the limited resources, because we might need to do this on a continuous basis. So what we have got is whatever the clients would like to have, we try to encourage them to explore. And as I said earlier, it is mainly about making the learners active, so that they keep on learning. So one thing that we have included is the assignments for each module, so that they can continuously explore further. And for example, in the postgraduate diploma program, we have given things which they could use in real world evaluation. And at the master's level, it is about producing original content. So these are some of the things that we have added. And in addition to this, of course, practice elements also covers that we facilitate through real world learning to bridge what they learn in theory into the practice. That is what we wanted to have. So the next one, next slide, we have on the flexibility. That is the third thing that I wanted to talk about. And when you talk about flexibility, it talks mainly about the institutions having the opportunity to adopt anything at any level that they would like to start at. For example, if they need something for certificate courses, they could take the modules which are related to certificate. Similarly, if it is for the undergrad courses, they could take the modules which would provide introduction and create interest in the evaluation, so that they could continue learning on that. And at the postgraduate courses, we would like them to specialize on training on the evaluation, so that they become better learner as well as producer of new knowledge in evaluation. And if we look at the next slide, which has got the table to show different details. Next slide. Okay, here we have got the types of courses and possible duration, and the modules that you are required to do, and some additional optional modules that you could also include in different types of courses. So with regards to the courses, we have got certificate course, then we have got undergrad course, postgrad course, and even the master's level courses. And here we have put, for example, if you want to do certificate course, you can take standalone courses in this level, which can extend up to 4 months during the weekends. And here the required modules are number 1, of course, which is about the theory of change, and number 2, which is about monitoring, number 5, on different areas. So in addition to this, you could also take some other additional modules like module 7 and module 10, which are more practical and related to management. Similarly, all the levels you could have for different duration and choose different relevant modules. So that is what we have proposed in this one. And next slide, we have, I think the last one is about the inclusion of the application of evaluation modules, which is actually the last module, that is 11, which has got 4 parts. Can we go to the next slide? Okay, so this is about the last one, and that is the evaluation application modules. As I said, it is mainly about module 11, which has got A, B, C, and D. And this is about the application of evaluation for the knowledge in various contexts, like development cooperation. If you're working in development cooperation, you will be able to see what you could do from this evaluation module. Gender responsive evaluation is covered. Similarly, we have got humanitarian actions and environment development nexus. So all these different areas have been covered under module 11 as 11A, B, and C. So with this, I would like to end my presentation. And the last slide I think I have got is, can we go to the next slide if we have anything left? Oh, okay, this is, thank you. And we tried to put in all the different languages that we could collect from. So with this, I would like to also thank one of our friends, Mr. Robinson, who actually helped to develop this presentation also. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Raita. Thank you very much for your presentation and also putting, across the practical aspect of this curriculum. And you discussed in detail, and I'm sure our participant will find it quite useful. I request participant to write down their questions in the chat box, or if they want to ask questions, they can unmute and ask their questions directly. Till the time we have questions from the audience, let me begin with, I have a couple of questions for each presenter. Let me begin with Professor Kiko. Professor Kiko, in your introduction, I think you laid down the foundation of the curriculum, particularly the need of such curriculum and involvement academia in terms of taking the evaluation agenda forward, which is very important within the context of SDGs that we need to achieve by 2030. How do you think that the institutions will be eager, academic institutions, to really adopt this curriculum? How to approach these institutions, the academic institutions? What should be the step?
Thank you, Dr. Professor Sharma. I think this is a very good question, because the academic institutions will depend on the official university or some the private institutions. And I think the situation may be different from one institution to the other. However, according to the survey, many institutions really wish to or willing to introduce the academic curriculum on M&E. However, on the other side, as you mentioned, that especially the university, like my university, it is very, very difficult to introduce a new curriculum into the big organization. So to answer your question, to my knowledge and my understanding, the next really step is to spread this the information that the standard curriculum of M&E is available, so that it is easier for any institution to start, or at least to initiate the to think of introducing or institutionalization of the courses in their organization. So in a way, the spreading this information and availability of the standardized curriculum, I think that's the first step. And then I think APEA is really on the right track. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think just associated question is, you mentioned, and even Asela also mentioned about the readiness of the institutions, whether they are ready to have the faculty trained, whether they have, one is willingness, of course, which you said that in a bigger institution, very difficult, to get anything adopted very easily. But do we have that readiness, meaning that we have a faculty ready, they are trained enough, there's a buy-in? Do you think that these, at least we can start with the smaller institutions or local institutions rather than the bigger universities? Or what do you think?
Yes, I think it's a great step, but a good idea, because the smaller institutions, or maybe not starting from the academic or the master's degree or the bachelor's degree course on M1E, but in any institution can start with the certificate course or maybe the diploma course, so that the faculties and the teaching staff and also the student are ready and more willing to establish the very academic course, especially on M1E, on the master's degree courses or the postgraduate courses. But postgraduate courses, we don't have it in Japan either. So we're trying the Japan Evaluation Society or associations really try to penetrate the importance of the establishing the M1E courses on the master's degree.
No, thank you. I think I think the role of evaluation societies and national evaluation societies are also important. They might collaborate with the institutions and basically, not only in terms of designing the curriculum, but even delivering the curriculum for a few years, probably till the time universities or institutions get their strength. We have a question which is actually related to your kind of response that you have given. The question has been asked by Vishwajit yes, Vishwajit is there. Yes, he's asking, can we look at the implementing this M&E curriculum in private universities in India? He's mentioning. I think this can be any country. Kindly provide your guidance to initiate such processes. And I think his idea is to say in private universities, maybe the processes are more flexible in private universities than the public universities. What do you think? Can we approach them first? Maybe we can start there because there is some willingness or some easy processes there.
Well, I really think this really depends on the country, but talking about Japan, I think the private university and the smaller private university, the top management power or the authority is bigger than the national universities. So maybe it is easier, especially in Japan, to start introducing the academic M&E course in the smaller private universities. Unfortunately, my university is a very big private university. That is why the administration is so strong anyway. But it depends on the country and the private institutions or the semi-private organizations. It may be easier.
Yeah, I think you are very, very right that probably size of the institution is also important, irrespective of whether it's a private or public. So thank you very much, Professor Kiko, for your responses.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. I have a set of questions for Dr. Taka. A very peculiar question. I mean, I was just going through because you have gone through, the whole, the modules that, from different sections, Dr. Miyaguchi. How much Asia, you see in this curriculum? When I say this, when I ask this, how much Asia, probably I'm trying to hint at the contextual, the requirements, the kind of development process the Asian countries are going through, although there's a lot of difference. But do you see that, there's elements of Asia are integrated in this curriculum?
Thank you. As one of the team members in developing this modules and curriculum itself, we actually happen to have discussed precisely this issue. That is to say that how much Asian Pacific-ness, so to say, do we incorporate into the teachings of evaluation and this type of curriculum. And of course, nothing is, again, finalized and set in stone, as I said, but the one at that time conclusion that we had is that although it is of course tempting to integrate those theories or practice, more like theories, coming from Asian and Pacific background to this theoretical backbone to this curriculum. But I think this is a so to say ongoing challenge, definitely, that I among one being evaluation related academician, we unfortunately, it's a little difficult to find plethora of those rigorously written and academically popular, so to say, and known works coming from Asia and the Pacific. So from a theoretical perspective, we figure that it would be a little difficult to incorporate these into the theoretical backbone to the curriculum. But having said that, as I think other panelists, you are emphasizing this flexibility itself. That is to say that this curriculum is never meant to be a one-size-fits-all kind of a straitjacket anyway. So depending on, be it, again, private university, be it small or big, as you are mentioning, I think this curriculum and this whole team is very flexible in addressing the local and the contextual necessities, so that we be able to incorporate these. And one definite thing that we did discuss is that on a theoretical line or dimension, yes, that's what I just said. But for the practice, for example, best practices or some failure, so to say, or positive deviance type of cases coming from Asia and the Pacific regions, together with those theoretical backbones. I think in doing that, this curriculum can be best utilized as a good leverage, so to say, in squeezing out or extracting Asia and the Pacific nest, so to say. And I think we should go into this definitely, because if we're going to do this as one of those IPDET or other professional training, there's no differentiation. So we must, yes, incorporate Asia and the Pacific nest to this curriculum. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Miyaguchi. I think this is important that we maintain the element of local wherever this curriculum is adopted and taught. We have a related question asked by Priyakala Manoharan, and the question is that within this curriculum, does it place a significant emphasis on culturally responsive evaluation, especially in the light of growing discourse surrounding the need of decolonize evaluation practices? What is your take on this question?
Maybe I can just have a go. We did talk about this, and in fact, I think one of the team members among us did suggest, for example, indigenous evaluation and evaluation that focuses on a north-south, for example, mentality. And as we all know, that this type of aspect to go into not the Western-dominated version of evaluation or evaluation context, and stemming from what's local. In this case, for example, locally laden evaluation. This is critically important. Although I don't think it has cut to become one of the module per se, but in one of the modules we are covering this topic. But yes, I agree that this is very important topic to be further explored.
Thank you. I have one very important, to me at least, question for Mr. Raika. Mr. Raika is working with the government of Bhutan, and I'm sure he understands how government functions when it comes to the adopting new curriculum or nudging the academic institutions, or rather pushing them to really adopt something very new. So, Mr. Raika, how governments are open or would be open to nudge the academic institutions to initiate courses on M&E? And I'm asking this within the context that not many regulatory framework are open to adopt M&E as an independent discipline. Independent discipline meaning like economics or political science or sociology or statistics. It's very important that the M&E also gets more or less similar status, and then only students start subscribing it. So how do you think, if the governments, are they pushing, do they have some plans? And you can answer this question within the context of Bhutan, Mr. Raika.
Okay, thank you for the question. I think for the academic institutions, it would be an opportunity to earn something because, for example, in Bhutan, what happens is if it is a government needed program that needs that the institutions need to provide the training in or education in, they will fund. So in the 21st century, I think they are looking for the programs which the government is looking for. Government needs this. So if they come up, I mean, if the government says that there is a need in evaluators in the country, it would be very nice for the providers, institutions to provide this program. So I think they will take it very positively because it will be an opportunity for them to earn extra money in the extra additional programs that they could run. So I thought it is a good opportunity. Did I answer?
Yeah, thank you. And can you cite one or two example in Bhutan where the government actually is kind of looking forward to the courses like this? Maybe the universities that you have. Yeah.
Okay. For example, the colleges are looking for programs, and at the moment, what the Evaluation Association in Bhutan is doing is they are going around to train some evaluators, and for that they recruit the lecturers from the colleges, and these colleges, of course, they take the leave from the colleges, but bring back the money to the college on a shared basis. So that is one example. So I feel it is going on well. And again, as I said earlier, this is taken as a positive thing because it is an opportunity for them. Okay.
All right. Okay. So are there any questions from the audience? If there are, people can just unmute and can ask. All right. I think there are a couple of remarks from my side, and then I'll invite Miss Vanilla for closing remarks. I think it was a fantastic effort to release the curriculum, and I'm sure not only the academic institutions, but even the private institutions, development organizations, civil society organizations can adopt this curriculum for the training modules, certificate courses. Definitely academic institutions are more than welcome to really adopt that. And what I understand is that APIA and SLEvA evaluation associations, they are more than ready to support if any institutions come forward to implement this, particularly in terms of delivering the session for some time, and then till the time they have their own internal capacities built. Let me invite Ms. Vanilla Tevaraja for closing remark. Ms. Vanilla.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we draw to a close on this insightful webinar, I would like to express our sincere gratitude to all of you for joining us today. Your active participation and engagement have been truly inspiring, and we hope that you have found this discussion around the curriculum development in the Asia-Pacific region both informative and thought-provoking. In today's session, we delved into the critical aspects that underpin the development of the curriculum for academic courses. We explored the rationale for curriculum development, emphasizing the importance of aligning educational content with the real world needs. This is not just about theoretical knowledge, but also about practical applications. We highlighted the significance of partnerships in enhancing evaluation capacity in line with the Asia-Pacific Regional Evaluation Strategy. We acknowledged the pivotal role of monitoring and evaluation training in building capacity within the evaluation community. From an APPEAR practical perspective, we discussed our approach to curriculum design. Our curriculum is meticulously designed to encompass all domains of the APPEAR competency framework, ensuring that students receive a holistic education in evaluation. All these factors served as the foundation for the development of the curriculum academic courses, which we believe will play a vital role in shaping the future of evaluation in our region. Today's webinar has been graced by the expertise of our distinguished panelists, Professor Kiko Nishino, Vice President of APPEAR, Dr. Takaki Mayaguchi, member of Japan Evaluation Society, and NB Raika, member of Evaluation Association of Bhutan. We sincerely thank them for sharing their valuable insights and perspectives. We also thank our moderator, Dr. Shyam Singh, editor of Asia Pacific Journal of Evaluation, for his valuable contribution for this webinar. Once again, thank you for being part of this enriching webinar. We look forward to our continued collaboration and growth together in exciting journey of this evaluation in the Asia Pacific region. Thank you and have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Vanilla, for the closing remarks. We have 3 minutes and there's a last minute question coming from Priyakala. I will respond directly and then I'll close. How can NGOs leverage this curriculum considering their pivotal role in MNE in their domain of work? I think, Priyakala, what is more important is that NGO can take this, and I think that's where they are more effective than academic institution. They can take this curriculum, they can modify it to their local needs, and they can actually train community people, community workers. They can put aside a bit of theory, aside, and maybe make it more perspective based and make it more tool based, so that the people in the villages, they can use it and they can actually use it for the community monitoring. So it's very important. NGOs can actually make a lot of contribution in this regard. So thank you very much. I thank everybody, organizing team, the speakers, and the participants. We are going to have another webinar, very exciting one, very soon. I think it is. Can we get to the slides, please? Yes. It's launch of the toolkit for indigenous evaluations for South Pacific region. Sorry, Asia Pacific region. This is on 18th of October. So you can join that webinar. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.